if you ain't ready, because I'm ready.
Yeah, yeah. Relationship slash friendship was born. Even with playing music on stage with other musicians, there has to be chemistry there, and at the same time, it's like you want to be able to have chemistry away from the stage as well. Because if you have chemistry away from the stage, your show and your stage presence and everything like that
Yeah,
is going to be
people
even
pick
greater.
up on it. Not just entertainment, what we do. We'll be talking to designers and entrepreneurs and people just trying to get their t-shirt brand popping. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your hustle is, this is Hustlenometry 101, and we're going to all get there together.
Shag Motown. So like I told you, I got these.
Yeah, yeah,
Chairman of the
Brandon.
board, sure.
Yeah, Brandon.
That's what it is.
And the percussion sound effects coming in, the
Yeah, I was sitting
Pharrell,
there. Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. The Pharrell. Boop, 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 boop,
yeah, the
boop.
Pharrell laser toms. Ladies and gentlemen, hello out there in Facebook land and YouTube land. Welcome to another edition of the No Shortcut Show with Midas and Fame.
Hey, what
Hey,
the
you were
song
saying
said?
hey, that song lets you know that you have a right.
Yeah, you have a
You
right
have
to.
choices.
Yeah, you
You
can.
have choices,
You can if
which
you want
is
to. You can partake.
yeah, you can. You can.
Don't let me
What's up,
do it
man?
alone either.
Yeah, yeah. But we will if we have to.
We will. Might as well.
Yeah. Hey, this is episode 20, you say?
This is 19.
19.
19.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're approaching
episode
20.
19. Yeah, we about to be 20 in this thing, man.
Yeah, man. Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another installment. Today is Tuesday,
Yes.
June 14th, 2022.
Yeah.
We are blessed, humble, grateful to jump on live and have a chat with you guys again as usual. The
For sure.
same bat time, same bat channels, 7
Yeah.
p.m. Every Tuesday. Unless otherwise
Yeah.
we change it, but we do
Last
our
week,
best to give you yeah,
last
and,
week
and
we did
shout out.
prime time. We did prime time edition with Vince last week. V
Yeah,
Keys.
shout out to V Keys. We had an excellent conversation
Yeah,
last week. So we're here again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for your support,
for sure.
week in and week out, because without you guys, we couldn't exist. We couldn't live on these platforms as we do without you guys' support.
Absolutely.
I see mom is already here. My mother's
Good
here, Miss
evening. Good
Frances
evening.
D. Hardison. Hello, mom. Love you. Thank you for always joining us.
Yes, we
Yeah.
appreciate it. If you're already on with us, say hello. Tell us you're here. Tell us you're here so we can say what's up.
Yes, yes. Please drop a comment, ladies and gentlemen. Also, feel free to click that share button,
Please,
give us some likes,
please
give
do
us
that.
some hearts. All of these things contribute to the algorithms. And be sure to go over to our page over on YouTube and like and subscribe to that. And
Yes.
as usual, we always go back and put that in the comments for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Our new record is gonna be called Sub Love.
Sub love.
Yeah. Show
Absolutely.
us
I'm
some
down with
sub
that.
love on the
and
YouTube.
and and when we say that, we're not referring to Jersey Mike's.
No.
We're not referring.
No.
We're
No.
not referring to Firehouse.
No. Not even
We're not.
Blimpy. Remember Blimpy?
Not. Yeah, yeah. They had some good subs
Yeah.
too. That was some sub love there.
Is our
Then
audience
we
old enough
also
for Blimpy?
who
Is our
would you
audience
say?
old enough to remember Blimpy?
Yeah, I think so. It's just a matter of what location.
Yeah.
I think because you don't find them everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah, I
for
remember
sure.
when Subway first came. I was like, "What's this? Give me that Blimpy."
Yeah, and Substation too. All of these
Substation, all
guys,
that
man.
substation.
Yeah, and we just quickly went on a tangent.
Yeah, because
That's
this is what we do. This is what we do.
but our point is, don't forget to hit that subscription. We appreciate you
Yeah,
guys,
for
and
sure.
do it early on because we're in the process of building this platform, and we want you guys to take the complete entire journey with us. And without that being said, ladies and gentlemen, with
Ain't it?
that being said,
Yeah.
let me introduce to you the gentleman to the left on the screen. This
Oh.
guy is a digital media strategist.
Oh.
He's also a event coordinator,
Yes.
and if you allow him, he will get behind some ones and twos and spin some records and rock your party.
I do a
He's
little
also
bit.
a D. He's also a DJ, as I always say. He's your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome DJ Famous, aka Mr. Travis Bizel.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I had to hit the
Yeah,
air. I had to hit the air horns. Hit the air
hit the air
horns for
horn on him
that.
one
For
time.
that. And one time for my man, 50
Yeah, yeah.
grand, 100
From
grand
Japan.
from Japan.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
man in Amsterdam,
yeah, yeah.
music director, chairman of the board, Mellow Groove,
Yeah.
MC, podcast
Hmm.
host, producer, rapper. He actually made that song that little ditty we was just chiming into.
Yeah,
And
yes. I
this
used
is
to
my
used to
guy.
get busy.
He used to do little
Yeah.
things. Mr. Jerry Hardison, aka Midas. What's happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And yeah, and you yourself are now podcast host, so we got to start tagging
Yeah.
that on
Yeah.
onto the introduction
I
as
like to
well.
say I'm a podcast producer and you the host.
Well, hey, producer and host,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
cool
We
with
all,
that.
hey, we all tie up loose ends when
Yeah,
necessary.
for sure.
You
We
know.
all wear a few hats, man.
Yeah, you have to these days, man. You
Yeah.
have to be multifaceted and know how to do more than one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely in these
Absolutely.
times, man, and also, uh, showing qualities of leadership are always helpful.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
taking initiative and jumping in and doing whatever is necessary. So I tip my hat to you in that
Yeah, thank you,
department.
brother.
You heard?
Yeah, same to you.
Hmm.
That's why we are some modern day Renaissance men. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah, like you said, we just tie in whatever ends are loose. We got
Yeah,
that.
man.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
keep the boat afloat and keep
Yeah.
it sailing.
Speaking of the
Indeed.
chairman of the board, man, what happened with y'all this week? How was the
Oh,
road? How was the road?
okay. So Saturday we went to Williamston, North Carolina, and everybody was telling me we were going to Wilmington. Like all of our response, like have fun in Wilmington.
Yeah.
It's Williamston,
Yeah.
Williamston.
Yeah.
So after we got that squared away.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, man, it was nice. We were at the Bob Martin Agricultural Center. So it's a agricultural center, of course, but the grounds are set up for like rodeos and
Yeah.
things like that with horses, possibly I guess bullfighting or what have
Mm-hmm.
you. And so, but nonetheless, they have a multi-purpose building, and they booked the concert there.
Mm-hmm.
We were the featured act. There was an opening act, but nonetheless, so they're starting to try to, I guess, an off season of the rodeo situation. They want to have some concerts and utilize that space. You hate to just have all of that acreage
Mm-hmm.
and you only can do rodeos and
Yeah.
whatnot. And so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, how can we maximize the space for economical purposes,
Sure.
obviously. But anyway, our first time there, man, they literally rolled out the red carpet for us. They sent a
Nice.
limo. We went to sound check and went back to the hotel
Yeah.
to change and get ready for the show, eat dinner and stuff like that. And the venue was really just like across the street,
Mm-hmm.
but so maybe 5 minute ride at most. But they sent a stretch limo back for us, and the driver of the limo would not allow us to enter until he put his red carpet down. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was very, very cool for a new concert promoter to do, to show that
Yeah.
class. And a lot of people were saying, on Facebook, they showed so much love. It was like, you guys deserve that. We've been saying that in
Wow.
XYZ
Yeah.
and all of that. So it was a good time, man. And
Shout out who
yeah.
that promoter was since he rolled out the red carpet.
Oh man, you know what? I would have to let me go to Ken's. Let me see if I can go to Ken's page
Okay.
real fast.
Yeah. While you do
Ken
that.
handles all of our booking
Yeah.
information.
Well, so where is that Williamston? Where's that close to?
William, close to Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay. Okay.
I'll shout his name out. Give me a second.
Yeah. That story kind of reminded me when you said people thought you were going to Wilmington. Whenever I
Yeah,
tell
they just
people where I'm from, because I was born in Goldsboro, North Carolina, but we moved to New
uh-huh.
York when I was young. But I was born in Goldsboro, and people that's not from around that area say, "Oh, you from Greensboro? Yeah, I know where Greensboro is." Like, no, not Greensboro,
Yeah, yeah,
Goldsboro.
yeah. So
Yeah.
they okay, so here we go. Big shout out to David Richmond
There
Productions
we go.
for presenting the chairman of the board, Nikki
Yeah.
Harris, and the executives band in concert at the Bob Martin AG Center, which is the Agricultural Center in Williamston, North Carolina, and to Mike at First Class. Yeah. Yeah.
Told
And
you I'm
to
a
Mike,
producer.
yeah, you got it, man. And last but not least, Mike at First Class Limousine Service for the excellent service. We
Okay.
can't forget the awesome fans for coming to see us. And I quote that from Ken Knox.
Yeah, awesome. That's awesome, man. That's a good. That's a
Yeah,
good look. It's good when that works out. There's another.
absolutely.
There's another ag center like that in Asheville where I used to live, and I think they were trying to do similar things, like try to do something with it other times of year,
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we did like it was like a 3 day festival out there, and
Okay.
I DJ'd there for 2 of the 3 days. This was
Oh,
years
I bet
ago
that was
now.
nice.
Yeah, it was real good, man. It was real good. But yeah, I think it was kind of early on in their state planning stages of what to do with the ag center. So
Hmm.
sometimes when you roll up there, you get the smell, you
Of
know,
the
yeah,
of the
of what's
the
happening last weekend.
yeah,
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
animals and with the people.
No, the animals. Yeah, they might have had the rodeo or something there last weekend, so it didn't
Yeah,
really.
one time for the rodeo.
Yeah, it didn't quite air out yet, but it was
Yeah,
a good look
yeah,
though. It was wide open,
yeah,
but little weekend event. I love those because I don't have to bring equipment. I just bring my
yeah.
turntables. But
Plug in,
I
right?
love to just plug in, buddy. I
Yeah,
love to
man.
just
Yeah,
plug in for sure.
yeah. That's the best. That's the best.
Yeah,
Always a
definitely.
beautiful thing when you just show up and plug in. It's not much, much labor on the front end, and
Yeah,
then that means there's not much labor on the back end either when it's time
exactly.
to go. So yeah,
Unplug, cover that thing up, and two words:
yeah.
I'm
Let's
gone.
go. I'm gone.
Yeah, yeah, I love
Yeah,
that,
bro.
man.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
this so on Thursday, I did an event for the Lancaster Chamber of Commerce. They're
Okay.
like those are my BFFs now. I'm doing
Yeah. No,
things with them constantly. Yeah,
I was just thinking about that. I was like, because you just did the thing
yeah,
with the astronaut.
yeah, exactly. So now
Yeah.
this was so how I first got hooked up with them was because I did an event for them last summer. It's
Hmm.
like their annual. They call it the summer soiree, and it was like
Okay.
where they do awards for like all the small businesses, and it's like their end of year award ceremony, and they'll
Hmm.
have music and food and drinks and stuff like that. So I got asked last year about doing it, and at the time, it was like a Wednesday or Thursday afternoon, like 3 hours or something, and I
Hmm.
had no idea what to charge for something like that because it was like I ain't doing nothing anyway. So I
Yeah, the
figured,
Chamber of Commerce.
yeah. So I figured, you know what I'll do, and I think we talked about this earlier, but I'll just do it, for the look. I'm not doing anything that day. Like they didn't ask
Mhm.
for it. That's the difference. When people
Okay.
ask you to do something for free, then you got to be
Right.
careful. That's not
Yeah,
what
so
they
you
were
offered.
asking for, but I said, you know
Hmm.
what? I'll just do it. I won't even charge you. I won't even charge you anything. I mean, they're having it at a venue that's 20 minutes from my house that I was
Uh-huh.
really eager about being back in that venue anyway because I wanted to work with the owner a little bit more. So I wanted her to see me one more
Absolutely.
time, see me play, and
Yeah.
kind of get on their preferred list.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
said, yeah, I'll do it for the look. And then that was last June. And then since then, they've contacted me 2 other times with paying gigs.
Yeah.
So the one this past Thursday was the same thing from last year. Just this,
Awesome.
the awards dinner and things like that.
Hmm.
And that they paid me for that astronaut thing that I did, and
Okay.
other people there on that event. When I did
Hmm.
the one last year, I
Hmm.
got 2 weddings from that event. People
Ah,
who heard me play there,
sweet.
so it worked out. So, sometimes I don't mind doing something like that. I'll
Yeah.
do I try to do like one per year where I'll do something
Okay.
for free, but it's got to be for an organization like
Oh,
that, not just for
absolutely.
somebody trying to have a party. But for an
Right.
organization, chamber of
Mm-hmm.
commerce, or a local
Yeah.
church, somebody that wants to do something, you know.
Somebody where the check gonna be good whenever you do decide to charge.
Exactly, exactly. Where I can see some the long game. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
long game. But it was cool,
Yeah.
man. It was nice. For the most part, the weather cooperated with us because it was outdoors. They had the food inside, but the whole event was outside.
Okay.
So it was kind of winding down at about 8:30. Right? They giving out the last awards. People were just starting to kind of say their goodbyes and stuff. I saw like
Mm-hmm.
two little raindrops come down. I was like, okay,
Uh.
it's starting to do something. Let me just go. I went inside. Luckily, when I unpacked everything, I didn't put all my bags and stuff back in my car. I just put them.
Oh,
They have
so they
like a
were
little
right there.
storage room inside the place.
Okay.
So I just
Always
walked
good.
inside to get my stuff. I was in there for like 90 seconds, bro.
Okay.
I
In and
came
out.
out. Oh,
Wow.
it
Yeah,
was
that's all it
wide
takes.
open. Luckily,
That's
some
all
of
it
the guys
takes.
there had already had started covering up my stuff for me,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
got my
good.
computer taken down and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
luckily, it all worked out. Like nothing got
Yeah.
damaged, but it was literally less than 2 minutes. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. And you know what's a tough position to be in? Like, or could be a little uncomfortable when you're the entertainment
Hmm.
and there's rain. You're outside and there's
Yeah.
rain on the forecast, and you see the clouds moving in, and it's like, what do I do? Like, I'm concerned about my equipment,
Yeah.
but it's like, I'm kind of in a tough spot because I don't want to leave these people hanging, but at the end of the day, you have to, you
Yeah.
know, sometimes you got to be selfish,
Yeah,
because
you
if you're,
gotta be stern about it too, because I did
yeah.
one a few weekends ago, and I did this for another DJ that who couldn't. He ended up having an issue, so he couldn't do it. So I filled in
Hmm.
for him.
Yeah.
And where they was trying to have the ceremony at was kind of at this big venue, but they had an indoor like chapel, and they had a
Okay.
reception hall, but they also had a separate place outside, kind of in the woods, for
Hmm.
ceremonies too. And this
Hmm.
particular couple wanted to have theirs out there. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, it looks like it's gonna be clouds are coming. And the lady was like, oh, I looked at the weather. It looks like it's gonna be fine. So all
Yeah,
right.
man.
So I went ahead and I set up my speaker out there in the woods. They had a little
Hmm.
extension cord. They had everything hooked up and stuff. And
Hmm.
then I was setting up everything for spot number two where the reception was gonna be,
Hmm.
and it just started pouring. Then the
Mm.
lady brings out this one of those big canopy things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She couldn't
Right.
even put it together. She didn't know how to get it up and get it together. I just said,
Yeah.
listen, I'm moving this stuff inside the room right here until we figure
Yeah.
this thing out because it's just out here open.
Absolutely.
And then when I went
Absolutely.
back, my speaker at the ceremony spot was drenched and it wasn't working.
Hmm.
Luckily, I have a backup. So, and the
Hmm.
backup worked. And I was like, when I get home and this thing dry out, it better be
Yeah.
working. If not, that's going to be some
Absolutely.
thing. But again,
Yeah.
luckily, everything worked out where everything,
Yeah. For
But,
sure. And you frozen on your end. I don't know if you can leave and come back. I didn't want to interrupt your story.
oh, it's okay. Yeah, I'm glad you did.
You
I
know
didn't
what I
even
mean?
notice that. Let me
Yeah.
see if
Yeah.
I do this instead.
Mm.
But you can still hear me.
We. Oh, absolutely. And
Okay.
we're live, folks. If you're here, take a moment
What
to
about
drop
now?
us. You good money now.
Yeah, I just switched
Take,
cameras.
okay.
I just switched
Take a
cameras.
moment, folks, while
Yeah,
we regroup, and drop us a comment,
yeah,
drop us an emoji. Let us know you're here, and also if you feel led in your heart,
yeah,
we won't mind if you hit that share button and share it.
yeah,
Share it to your feed. Share it to your own news feed while we're broadcasting live
yeah.
right here.
And let us know what you're up to. Leave a comment. Tell us what your week was like, and which you can chime into the conversation. You don't have
Yes,
to.
indeed.
You don't have to just listen. You can participate. Thank you, Miss Francis.
Yeah.
She can hear me. She can hear me and now see me. I think
Mic
it was
check
just
1 2.
yeah, my camera froze, so I just switched
Okay.
and went straight to the computer cam instead,
All good.
which is
All
all
good.
good. Which is
Yeah,
all
and so,
good.
ladies and gentlemen, we won't have a guest tonight, and
Yeah,
as we've prompted many times before, there won't be a guest every single week. Sometimes it'll just be the two of us here, just having a chat,
little kickback.
um, little kickback. Hey, listen, I got my coffee mug
Yeah.
here. I'm actually trying this tangerine green tea
Uh huh.
from Publix. Publix. I need y'all to holler at me for the
Yeah,
advertisement.
yeah. Publix cut the check.
But hey, they do these summertime edition flavors, man, and
Yeah.
yeah, I like the tangerine green tea. It's pretty good.
Yo, see
You know.
when you say Publix, man, I start to get the shakes because we don't have a Publix nearby, and I really miss it.
Ah,
But I try
yeah,
to make it work. I still get there to the one in Indian Land. I still get there probably about once a week whenever I'm
yeah. There's
rolling
not
through
one
that area.
in your area. Yeah,
Oh
man.
no.
I love the one here near where I live.
Yeah.
There's two of them actually here in
Yeah.
Rock Hill, but salad bar and just about everything, even the seafood and the
Yeah.
deli, everything's pretty top notch to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it definitely
that
is. So I try to
yeah.
make it a part of my routine. We'll do the Walmart thing, and then
Hmm.
I'll go to Publix and get all the meats and the fresh stuff.
Yeah,
Get the
see, you kind of
steaks.
like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the produce and the meats,
Yeah.
man, top quality, and
Yeah.
they last a little bit longer, look a little bit fresher.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Definitely. Definitely.
Shout out
Yo,
to
so
them.
one thing I wanted to touch on.
Hmm.
I've been taking this course with
Uh-huh.
Dave Ramsey. You know who Dave Ramsey is?
I've heard that name.
He's like he's a big
I think
financial
I know who
coach
he is.
guy,
I
right?
might have seen him. I might have seen him on the Breakfast Club a couple years ago or
Yeah, he
something.
probably was. But
Okay.
he had came to our church a couple months ago, and
Okay.
I've heard of him before that, but I didn't really know what his whole deal was. And he's a big
Hmm.
financial advisor, financial coach, like how to manage your finances, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And when he came to the church and he did his presentation, it's all faith based, and kind of spilled into trusting God with your finances and doing stuff like that. But in his curriculum, he has this whole like year long process of how to get out of debt
Oh,
and
nice.
things like that. And what he ended up doing, which is pretty cool, he gifted our church, everybody who wanted it, a 1 year subscription to all of his
Oh, like
access to
seminars and
all of
books
his
and
yeah, like it's like a $200 thing to
yeah.
get his, like it's like a mobile app and get access to all of his stuff for a year. It's like $200. He gifted
Hmm.
the entire church with a 1 year free access to it. So we've been going through it, and I mean, obviously, debt isn't a huge problem for us either, but it's
Hmm.
real, real important. And we were looking at it, and even a lot of things we can twerk. And it just got me thinking, as far as even us as business owners and entrepreneurs, whether we're doing it as a solo thing, or if you have a
Hmm.
business, or if you're doing it on the side of something else, making smart decisions and deciding what you can do without, because you're
Hmm.
trying to get to something greater in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I had to make some important decisions thinking about this thing. Because one thing,
Okay.
like for me, one example was like television. I'm like a TV
Hmm.
junkie, right? I have
Yeah.
been all my life. I can find like every channel.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
man.
when I was working for DirecTV,
Hmm.
I got it for free. So
Yeah.
for the last 5 or 6 years, I would get pretty much the same thing that I was paying for 6 years before,
Mm.
which is like, 200, it was like 200 something dollars a month I was
Yeah,
paying for
that's
cable.
crazy. Yeah.
So for DirecTV, I was getting all that for free for all these years. So now I'm spoiled. Then I would get like the sports packages, all that stuff was free. So then
Uh-huh.
when I stopped working for them in March, time to decide. When that first bill came, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Did you have to sit down?
Yeah, I had to sit down on it. Like, listen, I don't know if I watch as much TV as I used to, because I'm used to
Yeah.
getting it for free all these years after I
Yeah.
paid for it, but still I had to start making some decisions, and things change now with television
Mm.
anyway. A lot of stuff is
Hmm.
streaming, you can do all this stuff, but that was
Yeah.
just one example of, you got to make some decisions. Like, I'm
Oh
trying to get
yeah.
to something greater, and I need to
Hmm.
start to cut back and do
Hmm.
without some things that I can really do without. Like, ain't nobody going hungry, ain't all the bills are getting paid, but
Yeah,
things that
absolutely.
we can do without.
Just trimming the fat, huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
And
trimming the fat.
I've been on the Fire Stick kick for
Hmm.
many years, man. I mean, because everything is for in my assessment, I can access everything I need to see
Hmm.
through that type of outlet. I may not get to see it right when
Right.
it's aired or whatever like that, but and then especially with my son, with the things that are suitable and appropriate for him to watch are app based as well,
Yeah.
so it's like that kind of for me eliminated that situation as far as a cable bill every
Yeah.
month or whatever. I'm pretty much a YouTube guy, a YouTube, a little Netflix, Hulu, those type of things. But at the end of the day, I really don't even sit and watch a lot of stuff. I catch a lot of stuff on the fly. Like even the NBA finals are going on right now. I'll just catch the highlights.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I'm not home when the game is on,
Right.
I just go. I've subscribed to some basketball thing on YouTube. It may be ESPN, but along the way, so I get for certain sports. If I miss the games, the highlights come, to my homepage anyway.
Yeah.
So I get the gist of it, even if I miss the game, because
That's
I'm
cool.
I'm on the move so much. I rarely have a chance to sit and watch an entire game. The only game I probably nowadays will even attempt to watch from beginning to end will maybe like the Super Bowl, and
Yeah.
that's because you might gather with a few friends or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. It's
But other
usually
than that,
kind of going on in the background.
yeah, mom say I don't watch
Yeah. She don't
TV a
watch a
lot.
lot of
No,
TV
you
either.
don't.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She
Yeah.
doesn't. It's hard when you got so much to do, man. Because and two, I have to be absolutely like you know, it's a for me it's a certain state of mind. I have to be if I know I got something I got to do or got some music to work on, I can't sit and
Yeah.
just watch TV. So it takes almost like, oh, I got a free night or a
Yeah.
free afternoon or
Right.
something like that where I could just sit on the couch and just,
Yeah.
because I still got to finish the last few episodes of Ozark
Oh,
on
I've never even
Netflix.
seen it. I don't have
Oh
Netflix. I
man.
don't have Netflix, so I've
Oh
never even seen
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard I heard
It's
some good things, but
good storyline. They put out the bulk of this particular season. I want to say maybe 2-3 months ago. I got a chance to watch all of those because at that time, the weather was cooler. I wasn't out on the road much, so there was Fridays and Saturdays. Isaiah may be at his mom's, and I'm like, oh, I can watch a little TV. But
yeah.
since then, they put out the last remaining episodes of that season, and I haven't had a chance to
Okay.
to watch them yet.
Yeah.
But
I'm like
if
with
that
stuff like
puts it
that.
in
I'll
perspective.
I'll catch it one of these days. I'll catch Ozark and all those Netflix shows at some point.
Oh
But
yeah,
last
no
time I had
rush.
Netflix, it was like $7 a month, and then I checked on it like I think last year. I was like, oh, let's just see what it would be. And I was like, whoa, it ain't $7 a month no more.
Yeah, you gotta holler at your peoples.
Yeah, for sure, for
And
sure.
that's another thing too. I mean, with that type of thing,
Yeah, yeah. You
one of
give me
one
your
of my
Netflix, I'll
peoples,
give you my HBO.
yeah, one, one of my people said, "Hey, this is
Yeah,
the info if you want."
yeah.
So
That's
hey,
what's
thank
up.
you. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I picked up off those Dave Ramsey things, he's really about no credit, like no debt.
Mhm.
If you can't buy it, if you don't got the money in your pocket to buy it, then don't buy it. Like you don't need
Mhm.
it. Like you don't need no debt. So it's kind of a process of like paying off all your credit cards first and then you got more money in your pocket. And the way he put it was interesting because he was like, you make all this money, you bring in all this income, and then all
Yeah.
you're doing is writing somebody else's name on it and sending it back out the door. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that is what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And my parents always would preach that to us too. Like,
Yeah.
don't get yourself in a whole lot of
Yeah.
uh debt, especially like material stuff like that. And
Sure.
at least
Sure.
be able to pay for it up front if you can, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
so
I really haven't.
that's the kind of life
Yeah.
we're trying to live now, man. I thought that was real important, especially for business owners too, because it's just so easy. Get a line of credit, get a business credit card, or you need something, just put it on a credit card, and then you're gonna make the money back in gigs or whatever anyway. But
Mhm.
it's like a change of the mentality, like
Yeah, yeah.
I do
And you
want
and you
those new speakers, but let me just wait
yeah.
until I got that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because and I think timing. Uh, above everything is what plays a part. Like, cause I think I was telling you even before we came on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like iPhone, they'll make a new iPhone every year.
Yeah.
Some people will run and get to and get, like, oh, the new iPhone is coming
Mm-hmm.
out. Nothing's wrong with the iPhone that they have,
Right.
but they'll just go get the new iPhone just because it's out.
Yeah.
I think the only time I get a new phone is like I've pretty much this one ain't even working right no more
Yeah.
type of
Yeah. And it
thing.
won't even update no more. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's having a problem,
Yeah.
and then we go figure it out. But that's just using cell phone as an example. I'm not
Yeah.
the type, but you do have those types, and
Oh,
you
we
know,
know
folk,
people that get the new one every year. Yeah.
yeah, folks do as you please. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm just speaking for myself,
Yeah. I
but
think
yeah,
I
it's not.
had the first one I had was the 4, and then I had a 6,
Mhm.
and then I didn't get another one until the 10,
Yeah.
and now I have the 13. So
So I
that's
think
it.
I
Yeah.
think I was 4, 7, and 11, something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to each his own. But
Yeah. To each his
we're
own.
just here to look at the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
Mom
Definitely.
says, "Don't be a
Don't be
credit
a
card
credit card
junkie."
junkie. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
and
admit I was for a little while. Like I never had a whole lot of credit cards, but I always had a few. And then if I saw something I needed, I would go ahead and charge it, and then spend 6 months paying that off. Especially if there was like a no interest, oh, pay it off in 6 months, no interest, that kind
yeah.
of thing.
Oh yeah,
I try
yeah.
to really take advantage of those. But now this thing is like this guy's talking about not even that stuff because most of the time you won't make it in that 6 months. You won't pay it
Mm-hmm.
off, and then you just
Mm-hmm.
end up having debt and then just, making money and sending it right back out. And he really, really tries to push like just no debt at all. Pay off your cards, cut them up, get rid
Yeah.
of them, and then just save, obviously giving to your church, saving for like emergency fund. And then you
Mm.
got more money to do stuff with. Then you could just go buy that speakers or go buy that keyboard, whatever, instead of having to charge it. And I
Yeah.
just think
Absolutely.
that's definitely
I
something
agree.
a lot of us as business owners and entrepreneurs
Yeah,
and stuff
and
like that we would get caught into those things because everybody's offering easy payment plans and
yeah,
Apple
yeah,
Pay and Afterpay and all those kind of things. Everybody's
yeah,
doing it
yeah.
now.
Everybody, and I think too when it comes to equipment, know of some other sources. And speaking for myself, when it
Hmm.
comes to like keyboards and things I may need, I don't always go straight to the music store
Hmm.
for everything. There's other outlets
Yeah.
sometimes where you can find the equipment, the stuff that you need at a depending on the urgency.
Hmm.
Depending on the urgency, you don't have to go directly to the main supplier. There are
Yeah.
some middlemen
Yeah.
and things like that who have the things that you need. So it's all about, I guess, where you choose when you choose to spend for your equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When and where.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can't pay it off what you charge in the month, then you don't need it. That's right.
Mm,
That's right.
yeah, and
That's
yeah,
Dave
that's what.
Ramsey 101 too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, that's the philosophies we grew up under, and I
Hmm.
think I would like to say they apply to my mindset still today, and even
Yeah.
even with especially going through what we went through and still going through as it pertains to COVID
Yeah.
and the coronavirus, man. That should have taught a lot of people if they didn't already know. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I can scale back on this or these type or buying this type of clothes, these type of
Hmm.
shoes, and this and that. Because there was a period about for a few months where I would just shower and put another t-shirt and pajama
Hmm.
bottoms on.
Hmm.
Nobody was seeing no clothes I was wearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
None of these Air Jordans or Nikes was who gonna see them. I'm wearing bedroom shoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Especially, yeah. When I was thinking about this, especially in your area where, like, your business totally shut down for all that time. You couldn't
yeah.
do shows, you couldn't do events. You guys made the best of it with the quarantunes and doing
Oh
stuff
yeah.
live stream. But I mean, the
Yeah.
bulk of your business shut down for all that time, and
Yeah,
that
man.
that's a being smart with your finances and your spending is how you've been able to stay afloat for
Yeah, you
sure.
have to. You have to. And I think and then above all, our children, should be our inspiration for those sort of things.
Yeah.
Making sure, of course, because you want to make sure they got the things they need and stuff like that, which means sacrifice on our part sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Faith
Yeah.
just joined us. What's up, Faith? What's happening?
Hello,
Good
hello,
evening.
sis. What's happening? Yeah, we just having a chat. No guests tonight.
Yeah. We just
We
shooting
just
it up
having a
talking
chat.
about financial responsibilities as hustlers and entrepreneurs and whatever else just come to mind.
Yeah, and
You know?
how to go without certain things, not always need to get the latest iPhone or what have
Yeah.
you that comes out, and just
Yeah.
trimming the fat.
Yeah, or even setting
Sometimes.
goals for yourself before making a big purchase that you want to make. So, for example, if I want to buy a new set of speakers, right, or a
Hmm.
secondary set because I want to always have two, right? But if I want to
Okay.
go ahead and invest in a second set of speakers, maybe set myself on a goal like my next 5 weddings. Let me take $200 off of those five
Hmm.
and put them over
Hmm.
here, and then there's my
Hmm.
speakers right there. And I can
Yeah.
wait because it's not an emergency. I don't need the speakers right now just because they're shiny
Right.
and they're calling me. But it's smart to give
are
yourself a
they
little incentive.
are they calling you Pookie?
Yeah, they just be calling me, man. They just be calling me. They just be calling me. but
Oh
but my,
man.
my wife did something like that. I forgot what it was it's something that I wanted. I can't think of what it was now, but it's something that I wanted. And she
Hmm.
said, how about this? We'll make a deal. I had like so October is like my second busiest month. Probably my
Okay.
busiest month now. But I
Yeah. What would the
still
other
had
be like? May
yeah,
or
May.
something?
Yeah, it'd be May.
Oh,
May and
okay.
October. I
Good
think
guess.
October
Right.
is probably top now because I
Okay.
have like
Do
almost
this.
every Saturday in October's booked and every Friday. And she said, whatever it was that I was trying to think about getting, she said, how about this? If you get all your Saturdays booked in October, then that'll be your reward. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even
Okay.
remember what it was now that I want it, but I
Nah,
got
but
all
you.
my Saturdays booked, and I need to figure out
Yeah,
what that
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. You work so hard to get on the Saturdays book.
Yeah.
You forgot what
Now,
you was trying to get them booked for in the first
now I
place.
forgot what it was. But yeah, I think that's a good tip. Give yourself incentive. To
Yeah.
make a purchase like that. I did the same thing with my Apple Watch. It was like I want to get an Apple Watch, and I wasn't gonna buy a brand new one anyway. I was trying to get
Mm-hmm.
somebody I can get a hookup, but it was like my next however many events. Every time I get a tip, I'm gonna put that tip away just for my
Mm-hmm.
my my Apple Watch fund. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
it's
right,
just
right, right,
not
right.
coming
You
out of
had a
nowhere.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
You
give
had a
yourself little
plan.
goals. Give yourself little
Yeah.
goals to hit because that makes it a little bit more special instead of just coming
Mm-hmm.
straight out of pocket for something like, oh man, now I gotta spend $300. Makes it a little bit
Yeah.
more special when you've earned it. And we gotta, as entrepreneurs and business owners, we gotta find ways to incentivize ourselves
Ourselves. Yeah.
because you don't got the boss to say, "Hey, good job," or "Hey, here's a bonus," that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So we
Absolutely.
gotta incentivize ourselves. So that's just one little way I try to do so.
Yeah, for sure, man. You got to do that, and fortunately for myself, my last two keyboard purchases,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't buy keyboards a whole lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I was able to pay for them.
Right.
We didn't have to, whether it was like in a monthly situation,
Mm-hmm.
or but not through a credit card, or I was
Right.
able to pay for it
Right.
just outright.
Yeah.
And because you go through keyboards, you want to update them from
Mm-hmm.
time to time. There may be a new model that comes out or a new brand,
Right.
and so you may want to try you may like the new brand, not necessarily the newest model of that brand,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and it's always good for me playing keys and stuff to have different, as they say, weapons for different occasions.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't need the heavy guns, so to
Exactly.
speak. I might just need something light for a situation that's going to do everything I need to do.
Yeah.
Everything is not concert
Mm-hmm.
oriented that I play, so you want to have some options when it
Yeah.
comes to that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the speaker situation too, because I do want to invest in a second pair, but for that same reason, because you want to be able to change tools for the job. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
need my main ones that can fill a 300 room,
Right.
300 people room for
Mm-hmm.
something that's going to be a 75 people barn.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
right.
So
Yeah.
I want to be able to kind of switch up and have the right tools for the right job but I'm just gonna work to get to that point instead of just what I would have done 3 years ago is just say, man, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I got a
Yeah.
limit. It's under my limit. Let me go ahead and get them
Yeah.
speakers because I want them right now, not because I
Yeah.
need them. I
Just
just
gotta
want them right now.
just gotta put the impulse on hold. Is that what we should title
Put
this one?
the impulse on hold for sure. For sure. I
Yeah,
like that. I like
okay,
that. I
okay.
like that one for sure. That's it. See, it just comes organically.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
by the time we wrap winding down,
Yeah. It's
we
like
get a title out of the show.
it's like you're a writer or something.
Man, if not, I could play one on TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's a good. I think that's a good. Hey, who's with us? Who else is here with us?
yeah.
Leave us a
Mama Faith
comment.
been typing in.
Throw a comment in there and
We
let
got
us know you're
5
here.
people watching right now, and only 2
Only two
people
of them
have
talking to us.
commented. You guys gonna be in trouble,
I know,
trouble.
right? Trouble. So let's ask Faith. Faith, what's your standpoint on how you control like your financial decisions as far as what you need for your business or what you want for your business, and how you decide when and how to make
Yeah,
upgrades.
yeah. We gonna need to put her on the screen probably for her answer on
Yeah,
this one. This is
invest
right
in
up
your
her
business.
alley.
I know,
If
right?
she's still here,
Need to
if you're
give.
still here, just give us a condensed version.
Yeah,
I know she's very knowledgeable and very passionate about that aspect of
definitely.
it as well. Are you still here, sis?
It's all right.
But yeah, I know she would have a good answer.
Yeah. You might have to give
You
her the
know.
link to call in. Call
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
on it and talk about that one.
yeah. That's right. That's right up her
Yeah.
alley. As far as she's very mindful and strategic.
Yeah, that's a good word. Strategic.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Being
very mindful and very strategic when it comes to those sort of things, man. So yeah, that would be answer right up her alley. She may have had to
She may have
slide
stepped
out.
off. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
We still got
yeah,
some
yeah.
people on with us, but they're being shy. They're not
They're
talking to
being
us. That's
very
all right.
shy. We're doing the hard work. You
Yeah.
guys will just say hello, just
Just
type
say
hello.
hey.
We just like to know who's here with
Yeah.
us.
We're just gonna
You
say hey
know,
back to you. That's all.
that's all. Give you a nice little shout out.
Yeah.
You know, it's all
Yeah.
gravy.
Talk
We
to
just
your
here having a
people.
good time. Again, we didn't have a guest for tonight's show. So what's the plan for next week though?
So check it out. Next week is gonna be our 20th episode
Yeah,
of the No Shortcut Show. And
20.
we're gonna call that the season finale, right? We do 20 in the season. How about that?
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop up some of our favorite moments from this season, some of our guests, and some of the jewels that our guests have shared throughout this
Hmm.
season, and we're gonna chop those up and put them in one montage, and we'll kind of
Nice.
replay those
Uh
and
huh.
talk about them, in real time as we'll be watching it with
Yeah,
everyone.
it's gonna be a good time.
And then we'll just kind of chime in and talk about some of the behind the scenes of what we were doing and what we were thinking, and you know some
Yeah, that's gonna.
important lessons that came in from our guests this season.
Yeah, that's
And we're
gonna be
just
a
gonna have
bunch of
some
fun.
fun. Yeah, we'll just have some fun with it, and we're gonna sit back and watch it with you all, and we'll all be commenting together on it.
We most certainly will.
And we'll invite all of our guests for the season to come back and watch with us if they can, if they want to chime in on their parts
Okay.
and talk about it with
And
us too.
I'm actually gonna go ahead before we wrap up here shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and drop our link in the
Yes, sir. Yes,
comments
sir.
where
Yeah,
you can go over to YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel.
absolutely.
It should be coming now. Let's see. Here we go. Paste in the comments. Think it's loading. There it is.
Awesome. So that's the YouTube right there. Make sure you love. Make sure you share it. Also share this live feed, because although we're live now, people can still watch it
Hmm.
right on their Facebook,
That's
probably
a
through the
fact.
through the remainder of this week, and then we'll put it
Yes.
up on the YouTube, and it'll live there forever as well.
Hmm.
And then join us next week for the big 20th episode extravaganza.
Yeah, you don't want to miss next week, and I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm gonna get a kick out. It doesn't seem like it's been 20
I
episodes
know,
already, but
I know,
I know
yeah,
we had some moments, and it'll be fun to revisit and
yeah,
get some of those jewels and some laughs, whatever the case may be.
yeah, definitely. It'll be a lot of fun. So we're gonna chop up some of the fun parts. Sometimes you didn't know I was recording you, so I got some outtakes.
Oh, really? There's some outtakes. Oh man, just let me see them beforehand.
Nah,
Let me
I was just
approve
playing.
them.
I just did that today. I didn't do that before. I had that idea today. So for the first little while we were talking today, I was recording it.
Oh man, you got the church fan
Yeah,
thing on there.
the church fan, the funeral home talk.
You got the whole thing.
Yeah, most of it, most of it.
Oh man, we
That'll be
need
the
to put that
outtake.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, what's the thing? Man, Patreon. We
yeah.
gotta we gonna have to put.
Make them pay.
That's only Patreon
Yeah,
worthy right
man.
there.
You gotta see what level Patreon subscriber you are.
Yeah, man. You get this behind the scene content and convo, But
Yeah,
yeah, it's
man.
always real talk. It's funny because it's real.
Yeah,
That's what makes stuff funny. Because like, man, when you just look at it and call it for what it is,
yeah.
it's just funny.
And I guess it took us 19 episodes to get the kinks worked out because this has been quite smooth.
Yeah, it's been smooth
It was
sailing. It's
quite
all good.
smooth. I think we straight. And
Yeah.
season 2, we're gonna step our game up. We have some more exciting guests to talk to and
Yeah.
exciting topics just for you and I to talk through and things like that. We're
Hmm.
gonna keep doing this thing, man. This is
Yeah,
good.
yeah. And let me say before we wrap up, the chairman of the board will be in Raleigh, North Carolina, at North Hills. That's Thursday at 6 o'clock. That's at 4011 Cardinal Point. So yeah, right there in Raleigh at North
Awesome.
Hills, there's a concert series going on. Also, also the name of the spot is the Coastal Credit Union Amphitheater. That's in
Okay.
Raleigh, North Carolina, at
Yep.
North Hills.
Yep.
And then Saturday we will be in Burgaw, 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 North Carolina, downtown Burgaw. The Thames will be there also.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we will close out at the end of the night. That festival is going on all day. It starts at 1 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
ends at 10 p.m. I think we
Wow.
play maybe 7 to 10, 8 to 10, something like that
Yeah.
on Saturday. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I will be in church on Sunday morning.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
awesome,
Oh, and
man.
happy Father's Day coming up to
Yeah,
all the
man.
guys out there.
Happy Father's
Happy
Day out
Father's
there.
Day.
Happy Father's Day to you, my brother.
Hey, same to you,
Yeah,
sir,
thank you.
and everybody under the sound of our voice out there in internet land. Whenever you see
Absolutely.
this, happy Father's Day. Let me shout out Praise and Faith Gospel Shop. Let
Yeah.
me shout out A Touch of Faith. Shout out Our Power Community, Smooth Sales, the chairman of the board, and
Yeah.
as well as the executives, Mellow Groove, the official Honeycomb family, and the
Yeah.
official Earth, Wind, and Fire family. I
Yeah.
think that covers it all.
Yeah, definitely.
We
Yo,
got
I
to
thought
throw you in
about
there.
you. I thought about
Yeah.
the other day. I was in my car. I was listening to some music, and I just put on like a little Apple Music playlist
Uh huh.
because I cut off the Sirius subscription. Again, talking about
Okay.
what we did
Yeah.
earlier. What we're talking about. One of the things we can do without. I usually pay for it for a whole year. This year it
Okay.
came time to renew it. I was like, I don't need that no
Right.
more
You
because I
you
get
trimming
everything
the
on
fat.
Apple anyway. So anyway, I had a
Yeah.
little playlist right from Apple Radio going, and then
Uh-huh.
there was a record that came on, and then I looked at the screen to see what it was. Honeycomb. It was
Which one was
Honeycomb.
it? Was it One Ads or was it One Ads? Do
I
you
probably
remember?
know it when you say the name. It might have been One Ads, but
One Ads, gonna put it in the One
yeah,
Ads.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's
Yeah,
exactly what it
okay.
was.
That's
Yep.
that's like their biggest
Yeah.
their biggest hit, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Shout out to my That's My Story co-host,
For
Miss Shelley
sure.
Clark White,
For
one of
sure.
the original and co-founders
Yeah.
of the Honeycomb. They still doing their thing. So yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
it's great. Shout out to everybody doing whatever it is that you do and doing it well.
Absolutely, man. Hey, let's do this well next week at 7 o'clock. How about it?
I think we can do it well again next
All
week,
right.
7 p.m. We're gonna lock it in.
All
And
right.
to everyone at home, we appreciate you so much for joining us this night, taking a moment out of your dinner time.
Yeah.
You may be munching right now as you watch, but we
Yeah.
thank you for your time, thank you for your support. And as Famous said, let's do it again next
Let's
week,
do
next
it
Tuesday,
again.
7 p.m. Y'all have a great one, great weekend.
Peace.
Happy Father's Day again to everyone.
Put some bass line on it.
Yeah, some more snare in my headphones.